Yes, I have, Quest. Can hear me, thank you?
Card games are all the rage right now. There's several different companies that are actually repurposing their own software just to make card game, apps on their phone, just based on card games because they're so popular. So The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt,
Gwent.
incredible game. Had Gwent, was such a success that they made an entire Gwent-based game. There's a free game called Animation Throwdown.
Yeah.
So based on American Dad, Family Guy, and then we have all these other actual card games that are on the table, like Poop and Cards Against Humanity, which is a blast. And then what was the one that we were playing the other day?
$1 Million a butt.
Okay. And it just got us thinking, why are these kind of old school style games so successful? So much that they're allocating all these resources in app development, and then so for the Animation Throwdown, you've got Family Guy and American Dad and Bob's Burgers and Futurama, and I already said Family Guy.
King of the Hill.
And King of the Hill. So all these other franchises that were blending in this one universe that it would only really make sense in card games. So we wanted to break some of that down and kind of talk about what we play, why we play them, and whether or not it's a waste of time, I guess.
Isn't everything a waste of time?
That's true, because all the game is procrastination anyway.
Exactly.
So I figured. So why don't we start with what your favorite one is? So between physical or digital, what is your favorite card game and why?
My favorite card game is Boss Monster, easily. The art's great. It's super simple. I don't think I've got to play with you yet.
No, I like the old school. This looks like every Nintendo NES cartridge I had as a child.
Yes. The premise is you build a dungeon, and you're trying to lure heroes into your dungeon, and you have to kill the heroes to keep them away from your loot, and you're trying to collect 10 souls before you get hit 5 times.
Sounds legit.
It's a lot of combo building, and
it's very 8-bit.
It's very strategic. I like it a lot.
Buckanaki Medusa. So this is your favorite.
That is definitely my favorite one.
Just because of the nostalgic style, or
the strategy base, the fact that anyone can win the game, or you could have the opportunity to win the game in your hand, but if you don't know how to play the cards, you could still just get trounced.
Right on.
So it's fun. Mm-hmm. It's really cool because I just got this one when I was at Baltimore. I found a little comic shop and they were selling that for really cheap, so I picked the expansion up.
Do you remember the name of the comic shop?
I don't.
Okay.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, if you think about it, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll add it in if you do.
Yeah, but they added in all kinds of new combos that almost game breaking, just because if you combine the two, if you get that combo, you pretty much win. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's cool. The style of it is excellent. I do enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, we'll have to sit down and play it. Maybe that can be one of our videos we do.
Okay.
Around a Bond Monster.
So for me, I was thinking about this, as far as games that I like to play. I'll play stuff when it's new, just because it's new and fresh, and I want to really figure out what the innards of it are. So I've been playing a lot of Animation Throwdown because American Dad is my favorite animated TV show. So this is the only game that I have where I can play, as Stan or Steve or Roger or whatever. But as far as physical stuff, I love playing Cards Against Humanity.
It's ridiculous. I love it.
My wife's family has it's a watered down version of the deck, so they took out the horrid ones. So they still play that, but then there were a couple times where I was working for there's a performance arts center in town. And a show came through, and I was on the crew for that. So the crew that was there, and then the crew from the show that came through, a thing that they did beforehand was they would play Cards Against Humanity.
That's awesome.
Some of the crew would go, and we'd all hang out. So, you see the curtain, you're all sitting there, but then what you don't know is right behind the curtains, all of us playing Cards Against Humanity.
That's awesome.
There was a guy who laughed so hard that we had something come over the PA, our little headset, saying, "You guys we don't know what you're doing, but you're laughing so loud that the audience can hear you. You've got to knock it off." And Cards Against Humanity is the only style game that's ever done that, and it's obviously horrible, crazy,
It's super dark.
But that's just my sense of humor.
Yeah.
I laugh so hard. But it would probably be that one. Did you ever hear of a game called Egyptian Rat Screw from back in the day? Used to play that through study hall all the time. That was my favorite one. But in terms of sheer comedic timing, you don't get much better than Cards Against Humanity.
Granted, I have not got to play $1 Million But with a group yet,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the same premise as that. But this is, you get $1 million. The story, you get $1 million, but there's a catch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run through an example later on in the video, but there's always a catch, and then there's a judge, just like cards or apples to apples, whatever you're playing. That judge picks their favorite. Like it's either the one they would absolutely not do, or the one that they would do, depending on what rules you're going with. And it seems like it'd be a lot of fun, but I haven't had a big group to play with yet.
So these, compared to like Warhammer and Pokemon and like big, huge Titan, card games that are, Magic the Gathering and stuff like that.
Warhammer is not a card game.
Oh, I thought, what's the place downtown? What's that called?
They're miniature figures. Like you have like this whole huge setup, and
See, I thought Warhammer was a card game. Isn't it? It's not at all.
No,
completely different style of gameplay.
Yeah, there's no cards at all. There's dice, and there's a rule book. Like each of your little minifigures can move a certain number of inches on this playing field. It's very complex.
Because there's a Warhammer game that comes out tomorrow, and I just thought, in light of all the games, that I thought it was another digital card game. So before you freak out, and this guy doesn't know what Warhammer is. I've never played it. I had no idea. I just thought wrongfully that it was a card game, but it's not. So
yeah, Warhammer is very complicated.
Okay, cool. Because there's a shop in town that's dedicated to Warhammer. Like that's what it is.
Go in and watch a game. I think you would get a kick out of it. You like strategy, so.
Well, do you think they would think it was weird if I was like,
No, they love it when people watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll teach you the game as best they can, but it takes a few tries.
Okay. Well, so the point of that was, 4 games unlike Warhammer, but like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and stuff like that. What do you think how has it lasted this long, and why are people spending so much money? There's a group, a guy comes in every once in a while. There's a store called the Odd Box, and his business primarily is about Magic the Gathering and selling cards and stuff like that. What is it about those things that make it so profitable? Why are so many people involved in it?
It's something that's small, that you can carry around with you, and there's a collection aspect to it, and then if your friends are into it too, you guys can, play against each other. You're going to see different things depending on who you're going up against, and there's so many different ones that the combinations are ridiculous, so it's just fun to see what other people have put together, and that's why I play Magic anyway.
Because I remember being in high school, and you would see these guys that had like a, zipper-bound... trapper keeper looking thing with all these placeholders for like all these different cards, and they would spend their mornings before school, their lunches, and then after school, like just diehard Magic.
Yep.
How long does a game last?
Magic, it can last anywhere from just a couple minutes to, I want to say I had one that lasted about a half hour, just because it was back and forth pretty well, but it all depends on how fast, like if you are running a good defense game while this other person's not hitting you hard enough, it could last as long as it takes.
Well, because like with Animation Throwdown, there's like a limit. Like you have, I think it's maximum 35 cards in your deck.
I think the decks are, they're...
No, 25.
I can't remember how many cards are in a Magic deck, honestly. It's been so long since I played.
Let me just fill this out.
But yeah, you guys in the comments let me know how many cards are in a deck, because I honestly don't remember. It's been quite a few years.
So this one is your deck can only have up to 35 cards. So I wonder if you wanted to do a long drawn out game, would you just extend that to we both have 40 cards?
Well, it's all life points. So like each player gets 20 life points, and then like you have to defend those life points while taking down the other player's life points. Magic is very easy to pick up, but very difficult to master.
So do you think there's a lot of blending? Like, do you think there's a lot of Magic the Gathering guys who like playing video games or back and forth? Because that would seem like a thing where, like, if you're investing in it, like, you're investing in it. Like, my horse in this race is PlayStation. I invest tons of money into PlayStation because I like their products, and that's what I, more so than anything else. So I wouldn't ever consider getting into like Magic or Pokemon just because that's a whole other money pit that I just don't even want to think about.
It can be. If you're playing with like the hardcore people, it definitely can be. But you can go out, like our store, we have dual decks, which is 2 pre-made Magic decks that you can open up from the box, give one of those decks to one of your friends, you play the other one, and just go head-to-head.
So if you were to take a pre-made pack, though, and go into like a tournament, would you get destroyed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
You might be able to stand a chance for like the first couple rounds, but more than likely someone else has something
so
built much
once
better.
You meet the people that start playing, that were playing like for 10 years now, they've got like crazy legendaries, whatever.
the way Magic works, because every year they put out new. Well, I think it's every few months they put out new sets, and then I think 3 sets are still legal previous. So once the new set comes out, whatever is the 4th one back gets dropped out. So you have to have new cards. That's if you're playing like tournament rules or whatever. But some people will do like all the cards that have ever been made.
Right.
So.
That makes sense.
The Magic's very in depth. They've been making cards forever. There's probably thousands of them by now.
So what do you think is going to last longer? Do you think video games are going to last longer, or do you think card-based games are going to last longer? In terms of endurance, right now cards are obviously winning because they've been around longer. But as far as 10 years in the future, is any kid going to want to play with a physical card?
Well, it depends on how electricity goes, I guess. Because you can take cards anywhere. If you don't have power, you can play cards. If you're out in like the wilderness, you can still play cards.
I mean, because the reason that I like my 3DS so much is because I can unplug it from any network and I can travel with it. And card games would probably have that same thing where if you're camping with some friends or doing whatever, all you need is a deck of cards and you can play any of these games. Whereas you're less likely to haul your entire PlayStation and multiple controllers just to play.
Find an outlet and all that stuff.
Yeah, it just seems like more hassle. I think you're right. I think it will definitely have its place.
Oh yeah.
So all right, do you want to play a couple of these?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that. We'll do a couple different rounds of a couple different games relatively quickly.
Yeah. Do you want to do our super fight first?
Let's do super fight first.
Let me shuffle one of these bad boys up because I can't remember if I did or not. So
product placement. I just had for the first time Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Yeah.
And I didn't hate it. It's called Pitch Black, but it's purple and it's grape flavored, and it is okay.
Yeah, I like Pitch Black a lot. I like Throwback a lot better though.
I was into Code Red for the longest time, and then
Code Red's the bomb.
Pretty much gave up on Mountain Dew entirely. All right, so again, rules of super fight.
I think it's 1 white, 2 blacks, right?
Okay.
I think.
This is your game.
Yeah. Okay. Super fight. We each get a hero that we're going to build with these cards. Card game, super fight. Then we will argue our point on who will win, and then you guys will decide who wins.
Cool.
So you have that one, and 2 of those, and I'll have this one, and 2 of these. And then we each get a minute to argue our points. So.
I feel like these are duplicates.
Who you got?
Conjoined twins and made of mirrors.
And what else you got?
Well, I mean, because we've had these before. We've done conjoined twins before.
Oh, well then throw that bad boy away.
So we'll throw that one in.
And make sure it's going the right way.
Oh my god. Look, I'll never find that card.
It's right here. You just put it right here on top.
Oh,
you dangus. I have not had this one before, so.
Okay.
All right, do you want to read yours first?
Sure.
Top half is...
Draw another character card from the deck.
So, got that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm a chimpanzee armed with a shotgun. My top half is a robot.
Okay. So I got Mike Tyson, who's wearing an impenetrable tuxedo.
Okay.
And riding a war elephant.
Oh, crap. All right. So we each get 60 seconds.
You got it first?
Yeah.
Okay. You can have it then.
You go ahead and start once I get my clock. So this one we do 60 seconds at a time because you can pretty much, with as ridiculous as this game is, state your argument within a minute.
We usually go less, but we'll throw our arguments out there, and as soon as he's got his clock ready to go.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
All right. So I am Mike Tyson. You know, he's a great boxer, obviously. He's wearing an impenetrable tuxedo, so nothing can penetrate his tuxedo. And he's riding a war elephant, so he's going to trounce you. So you have a shotgun and a top half of a robot. Okay. Well, you're a chimpanzee, so you're not that intelligent. I don't know if you can figure out how to shoot the shotgun. So we'll see about that. Robot chimp? Okay. So Mike will obviously punch you quite a few times. The shotgun's not going to do much because of my impenetrable tuxedo. And I'm on a giant war elephant, so I just pound you. Like, there's not much left of you after Mike is done. So, yeah.
Okay. That it?
Yeah.
All right. 13 seconds left. Well,
yeah.
About to get
you struggling?
Well, it's frozen. Hold on. It was wanting you to take the full minute.
Oh, so. All right. Your turn.
Let's do this. All right. So my top half of Harambe is robotic.
Harambe is not a chimp.
He's a ape. It doesn't matter.
There's a big difference.
Okay, so whatever. I'm still calling him Harambe. Chimpanzee.
That's
Harambe.
a gorilla.
It doesn't matter.
It's not a chimp.
So all right, what I would do is I would use the shotgun to kill your elephant and wreck it. And then with my robot half, since your tuxedo is bulletproof or impenetrable, I would just rip your head off of your body and throw it. So the fact that the top robot is, the top half of the chimpanzee is robotic, there's really no weight limit on how strong he is or whatever. So, I mean, technically I wouldn't even need the shotgun. I could just rip the head of the elephant off and then throw it at Mike Tyson's head and then grab Mike Tyson's head, rip it off, and maybe even just eat it because it's a robot half, so who even cares really what happens? And then I'd probably just throw the shotgun away. So, decapitate everything and eat everything and then walk away successful.
If only.
If only.
If only.
So that's what we got.
That's Super Fight.
So that's Super Fight.
So you guys pick the winner.
Alright, so that's that one. So let's do two more.
We'll throw down this one because this is my newest one and I think these cards are extremely funny. Alright, so
premise to
$1 million but.
Okay.
Well, you get $1 million, but there's a catch.
Alright.
So the cards state the obvious, so we'll just read a few.
Yeah, and this will be for you as well. So if there's something that you would or would not do for $1 million, I mean, let us know.
See what you got there.
Which do I read first?
This one, the black one first.
So you get $1 million, but whenever somebody disagrees with you, for 1 hour, everyone in the city you're currently in will stop at nothing until they've hugged you. Oh, gross. So that means you get $1 million, but it's just for 1 hour.
But every time someone disagrees with you, though.
Crap. Okay, well that's I'm saying no. I'm saying no because I get in a lot of arguments. I disagree with a whole lot of people,
especially this time of year.
And then for 1 hour, everyone in the city would just stop at nothing until they've hugged me. A, I hate being touched.
Yeah, that's rough.
B, you don't know what the hygiene structure is of these people.
Ugh.
And for an entire hour, you're just, it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I don't think I could do that one either.
Okay.
All right, so I got $1 million, but every full moon, I have to engage in a dance battle with the closest person and win. I suck at dancing, so I don't think I could do that.
For $1 million, I will fight you right now.
But I can't win.
Well, the goal would be to put everything you had into you so you could win.
I guess if I had $1 million, I'd probably change my mind.
For $1 million, I'd take a crack at it.
It wouldn't hurt. You want another one?
Sure.
All right, let's toss you another one here. There's that one, and there's that one. See what you got.
$1 million, but every time you use a metaphor, your hair catches on fire.
Your hair catches on fire?
Your hair catches on fire every time you use a metaphor. Man. And it doesn't specify what hair on your body.
Yeah, that could suck.
So if the carpet matches the drapes and they're both on fire, great balls of fire. No, I'm gonna vote nay just because I am concerned about different things. I don't want to roast my chestnuts over an open fire because I get into a disagreement. Good.
Okay, so mine is I get $1 million, but whenever I commit one of the 7 deadly sins, I must go to the nearest major road, hitchhike, and go wherever the driver takes me. I'm down. That sounds like an adventure to me, honestly.
Well, that's straight up an adventure.
That sounds great.
That seems awful dangerous, but for $1 million, as long as you don't have to carry it with you.
Yeah,
I mean, I consider
that sounds all right.
All right, let's do one more, and then we'll switch to poop, and then we'll call it.
Okay. There's your black, and there's your gold. What you got?
All right, you first this time.
All right, so I got $1 million, but every time I get lost or need directions, I steal from the next tip jar I see.
Oh, no. And what have we learned about leaving your tip jar unattended at libraries?
So I would do it. That's $1 million, and that just sounds like...
Well, yeah, because there's nothing that says that you can't go back and like double the money. Like, look,
yeah.
I know I took your $20 worth of quarters,
but I just have to.
Here's $100 to apologize for my weird issue. Okay, $1 million, but when you get a haircut, you get mange on your scalp.
Mange is like kind of almost. It looks gross.
Isn't that what like dogs
decrepit?
have?
Yeah, like you got like bald spots, and it's just like scabby and.
I struggle with this because I hated having longer hair when I was in high school. So I know that I enjoy getting a haircut. But if getting a haircut meant that I would have mange, I would never get a cut.
That's a bad combo, yeah.
I know, screw that.
That's a real bad combo.
Pass.
All right, let us know what you guys want to do with each one.
What would you have done or not done in that situation? So to finish this off, there's an interesting game called Poop.
Yep.
You want to explain a little bit about Poop?
Poop. It's very simple.
Everybody does it.
We'll do public... No, let's do Party Pooper. It's very simple premise. We each get a handful of poops. There's going to be a toilet with a number on it. We'll read out the number to you. And we each take turns pooping in the toilet. And,
as you do.
Yep. And if we match the number on the toilet or go over with the number on the poop card, the toilet gets clogged.
Which is the worst.
And that person will take all of the poop in that toilet.
Right, because it's obviously your fault, so you have to deal with it.
Yeah, the goal is to get rid of all your poops, because no one wants to have poops.
Without clogging the toilet.
You want no cards in your hand, just like Uno.
This is pretty much like the game of life, a little bit, where it's really just trying to teach you poop etiquette, if you will.
Get rid of the poop.
Get rid of the poop. All right, so
we'll do a 7-card, quick little round here. Oops, don't look at that. 4, 5, 6, and 7.
I've never seen somebody deal like that before, ever.
Why?
I have no idea.
That was easy. All right, so the toilet card we were flipping over, it looks like that. I don't know if you can see that. But we've got a toilet with 14 poops. It's pretty big.
That's a big toilet.
Pretty big toilet there.
That's an industrial-sized toilet.
There is one catch.
What is the catch?
If the 3 of the same color cards are played in a row, so touching each other, the toilet gets flushed. And that clears out all the poops in the toilet. Mm-hmm. And then whoever did not flush the toilet has to get new poop.
All right, you house rules. Your toilet. You go
start
first.
it. All right. So I'm going to play a purple skip card, a purple reverse card, and a purple 4 card. So flushing the toilet. So that gets rid of all those, and you have to take a new poop.
I didn't play that.
And then I'm going to throw down a 4 in the green poop variety.
This is one of those games like Uno where it's a lot better if you have multiple people because the skip cards and reverse cards don't really matter. So I will see your 4 poops and I will raise you 4 poops.
4 poops! So we are sitting at 8 green poops.
8 green poops.
And then I'm going to throw a green poop down of a number of 3. Flush the toilet again. Make you grab another poop.
Oh, because it's green. That's right.
And then I'm going to throw down 2 purple poops.
I'm about to lose real quick.
Yep, real fast.
Oh, no. So I'm going to throw down... 0 poops. Drop the mic.
So you got to drop the mic. Yep. And then I'm going to drop 1 purple poop.
And be done.
And flush the toilet. Make you draw another card. And be out of cards.
Well, that's how quickly you can win or lose in the game of poop. So those are just a whole bunch of them. So... how do you feel about card games? Do you like them? Are there any that you're favorites of? Are you like Die Hard in like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or anything like that? Please let us know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks since we posted videos, but this semester just started back up for me, so I've been super busy.
We all busy.
We all real busy. But
my grandmother's birthday was the week before, so that's why we didn't record that week.
Right. So we'll do as much as we can with the time that we have allotted, but thank you for all of you that watch. We really appreciate it. So,
I love it. It's awesome.
Keep it up. Good time. So thank you for watching. My name's Devin.
I'm Cameron.
And we'll see you next week.
Later.